talking about it till I'm blue in the face. And today is the big day, and we are extremely excited. It's an integration that leverages ChatGPT and gives us, let's face it, large institutions and hedge funds, they're not behind their screens clicking a mouse. They're using very powerful algos and AI leverage bots to process news reports, earnings reports, economic data in milliseconds from the time it's released, and give a strategy for the trader to immediately enter into that gauges market sentiment and has context-aware logic based on those news releases and those earnings reports that come out, and they do it in split seconds. It's just incredible, the speed of it. And trading has become a game of speed. Who can get in the quickest and the fastest? So I've got some really great information I'm going to be sharing today. I'm also going to show you a recording of our trade management integration that we call the Leapfrog. The Leapfrog is, I think, the greatest invention that, I hate to blow my own horn, toot my own horn, but our team came up with this trade management feature called the Leapfrog that it's the next step, beyond a trailing stop. It also pushes your profit target up. It brings your stop and profit target up simultaneously, hence the name Leapfrog. I'm going to show you a video of that Leapfrog trade management that really gives us an opportunity to hit a home run on every entry. And let me tell you something, as a futures trader, with this highly leveraged market that we're trading with futures, having this Leapfrog integration, it puts the risk to reward ratio, it leans it back into our favor. And that's what kills us as futures traders. So I'm going to show you a really cool video that shows it in action. But before I get started, I want to just satisfy the alphabet soup of the federal government, the CFTC. It's important to know that this presentation today is really just for educational and demonstration purposes. I am not a licensed financial advisor. I'm not offering any type of trading advice here today. And there is a substantial amount of risk when you're trading the financial markets. If you're not familiar with that risk, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. I think one of the characteristics that distinguishes right line trading from our competitors is our transparency. We trade our system live on YouTube every single day. And if we have a bad day trading, there's no hiding from it. I mean, how many trading systems and indicators have we purchased that we just didn't get the chance to see it on a live market? With this transparency, it gives you the opportunity to see exactly the signals, the bots, the entries that you would receive if you come aboard. And once you do decide, if you do decide to come aboard, it significantly shortens the learning curve, even though it is fully automated. Being able to trade it with us side by side, so to speak, electronically or digitally, being in that live stream significantly shortens the learning curve on how to use it, the best practices. I'm really it's not just me alone here at Right Line Trading. I want to just take a brief moment on just this day of celebration because, man, Sergio Oluque and Mark Miller, the owner of the company, have been working extremely hard behind the scenes to get this ready. And today is finally the day that we're releasing it. So it's not just me flipping the switches and pulling the levers. I'm part of a really great team that's very experienced and knowledgeable, highly educated. I'd like to briefly introduce them without going too deep into the introductions. But we have 3 professional traders on staff. You see here at Right Line Trading, we have 2, very profitable equity streams that we provide our members. One is futures and one is stocks and options. We have 2 professional futures traders on staff, Mr. Craig Emery and Mr. David Kushner. We also have a professional options trader, Mr. David Wise. He's been a professional trader for 16 years, a leader in the Reddit community, and he's consistently able to win 90% of his trades. Really, I call it doing the impossible day after day after day. It's just amazing to watch. Behind the desks here, we have Mr. Brock Miller, as a college student getting his degree in computer science. He's able to give a helping hand in everything that we do here at Right Line Trading. And then we have our software engineers. We have Mr. Sergio Luque Rodriguez. He's been with Right Line I've worked with Sergio for about 10 years now, going on 10 years with Sergio. He's the main beneficiary of a collaboration that we were in with a world-renowned AI lab that really taught Sergio how to code it into NinjaTrader language and how to make best use of artificial intelligence for trading. And then we have our team is led. By the way, Sergio has a master's degree in computer science. Mark Miller has an MBA from Cal State. He's a U.S. Army vet. He was actually a sniper in the U.S. Army, and absolutely loves any member of ours that is in any type of service to others. Let it be the military or the medical field, any occupation that's of service to others, we always give a really nice discount to. And Mark insists on that. He's really a stand-up guy. He's a believer. And I think what I respect and like the most about Mark is those traits that he brings to the table, those core military values of honesty, transparency, integrity. If anything that we do here does not conform to being transparent, honest, and having integrity, it's eliminated immediately. And I give him a lot of props for that. I'm very pleased to be part of this company. Behind the screen, the voice that you hear, my name's Rory Powers. I attended Syracuse University. I reside down in South Florida. My passion is trading the financial markets. I've been with Right Line Trading. This is my 12th year. And I've worn several hats over the years at Right Line Trading. My favorite happens to be answering the phones, to be honest with you. I love trading, but my favorite thing to do is really to talk to other traders because I learned so much from answering the phones. So if you've ever called Right Line Trading, chances are it was me who picked up the phone. And my passion other than trading is saltwater fishing. This was a recent fishing trip down in the Florida Keys with Mark Miller, the owner, and Sergio. The greatest catch, though, the one that did not get away, every fisherman has a story. And I don't want to get into fishing because I'll go on forever, but I have a couple of really doozies for you for fishing stories. But the big one that did not get away, my favorite catch of all time, my beautiful wife, Christelle. Christelle is just got her master's degree, and she's an RN. She's going to teach other RNs how to become an RN, other nurses how to get qualified to be an RN. So she's really come such a far way. She came here from Haiti many years ago and has just accomplished so much. And I have a ton of respect for her. Not only is she beautiful on the outside, but inside as well. And God has blessed us with two beautiful children. This was just this week. We have Halloween coming up. Can you believe it? We're already in the fourth quarter of 2025, coming into November. But first we have Halloween on the 31st, and my girls couldn't be more excited. We're actually taking my two kids. There's a Halloween party where we live over at the clubhouse. But these are my two little girls, 2 and 6, and I couldn't be prouder. So enough about me. Let's get on with it. The genesis of this AI auto trader was really our lack of consistency as traders. If a picture can say 1,000 words, this is definitely the picture that can do it. But don't worry, it's Friday afternoon. I'm going to shorten it. Do it in 150 or 100. This nice professional woman, and I know because I've talked to so many of you on the phone, we can all relate to this so well. It resonates with us. as traders. You see, I'm going to kind of put a short story to this picture. This nice professional, it looks like conservatively dressed woman in an office building has slowly watched her trading account dwindle to nothing. And she's come to the boiling point, the bursting point. And she's resorted to taking the old sledgehammer out of that bottom drawer of her desk, and she's ready to smash it through the monitor. That's what it's come to, because she's slowly watched her trading account dwindle to just about nothing, vaporized. Ever been there? So she's absolutely convinced at this point that there's got to be a conspiracy going on, between the market makers, the broker, the prop firm. She doesn't know who, but she's convinced that they're out to drain her bank account. And that's really the experience that we as traders can all relate to in our trading journey. We started out receiving all of these emails in our inbox saying how fast we were going to make this enormous amount of money, and it had such tremendous appeal to it, and how easy it was going to be and fast, only to find out after jumping in head first that it wasn't exactly as advertised. It wasn't as easy as they had all made it out to be. The number one reason why we are not consistently profitable as traders, and I always put myself in the first person, is because we have human emotions, okay? We can blame it on our genetics. I was in a investor summit, and there was an extremely intelligent guy. His name was Chris Vermeulen out of Canada, had done a study based on human personality traits and whether or not they lend well to being a good disciplined trader. What he found was that we as humans share about 10 core personality traits. Only one or two of these personality traits lends well to being a good disciplined trader, right? So listen, the most common reason that traders fail is those, we call them emotional issues. You think of somebody with an emotional issue, you think of maybe someone on the side of the road with a drinking problem that can't stop drinking, or someone on their psychiatrist's office laying on the couch telling the good doctor where it all went wrong in his life. But that's not what we're talking about here today. We're talking about personality traits or human emotions that sabotage our trading results. A perfect example is I happen to love dragging my stop. If I see a trade go in my direction and I'm taking a profit, I will immediately bring my stop up and prevent the trade from the natural ebb and flow of the market, where it might go a quarter of the way to my profit target, come back a little, go maybe 2/4 or a halfway to my profit target, retrace a little, and make that ebb and flow move up to my profit target. Well, I don't have the patience for that. I want to lock in the profit as quick as possible and smother it, so to speak. Or on vice versa, and I just did it today, if I start taking heat on a trade, I start squirming in my chair, and I'll jump in and I'll get out of the trade and take a loss, only to watch the trade come back. And had I stayed in it, I would have made a very nice profit. And those are the type of emotional errors that we make as traders. I'm sure we've all bought indicators that lag price or lack a proven trading methodology, but it all leads to the same cold, desolate place of blowing out our trading accounts. And it's really been my team's commitment to bring this to an end. You see, we've narrowed it down to two things that we believe are going to create trading success. Number one is software that can automatically get us in and out of these trades when risk is at its lowest and the probability of getting a winning trade is at its absolute highest. Number two, and I know I flip-flopped 1 and 2, but number 2 is not. It can't be just any automated system. Okay, I've been here for a long time. We've had a lot of bots in the past that didn't work, and I'd like to just touch bases and just talk about the elephant in the room. We all, and Lee mentioned it too, we all have had experience with automated bots that just were not consistent. They may have been good when they first came out of the box, but market conditions changed and the settings got stale. We had to continuously optimize the inputs. It became a full-time job because of the ever-changing market environment. Okay, so ideally, we have to have an automated system, but it has to have the proper technology. Unless you've been living under a rock lately, we happen to be in an AI revolution. AI revolution. We want to totally eliminate all of the stress out of discretionary trading, all of the decision-making processes in a fast-moving market. With this AI integration, we're able to significantly reduce it if you can keep your hands off of the settings. But artificial intelligence has really worked its way in to just about every sector of our economy. It's just to name a few: energy, agriculture, education, transportation and logistics, manufacturing. Did you know, number 2, did you know is finance? 95%, and I alluded to this earlier, of large institutions, meaning hedge funds, investment firms, are trading with AI leveraged algos. They have these AI bots that are scanning the news reports, social media market sentiment. They're looking at the earnings reports, and they're able to process an enormous amount of data and spit out results and strategies to trade in milliseconds. So this AI revolution, it works right into these AI automated bots. The number 1 sector is healthcare. Healthcare, and let's just pray that they come up with some breakthrough cures for some of these diseases. So the main benefits of using AI for our trading systems is the obvious. It's going to eliminate our human errors, our human emotions. The left to our own devices, the market can just make mincemeat out of us. Unless you have ice water running through your veins. I was watching Lee's magnet trade, and it was amazing. He said he had put his stop just above the VWAP. Very smart because he has a ton of experience at it. And the trade whipsawed right to the VWAP, came up, put some serious heat on his trade, but he stayed calm and cool as a cucumber. And then the trade came right down like a magnet and hit his profit target. So it takes having zero emotion, just having ice water run through your veins and not making emotional decisions. So AI, these automated bots, eliminate any type of emotional decisions that we make in our trading. I'm going to tell you about the 3 or 4 ways that we're currently leveraging it. I'm going to tell you about the new release with the ChatGPT. And we also have custom bots for prop trading. So stick around. First, let's get into the way that we're currently leveraging artificial intelligence. This is today's P&L on our top performing bots. And this is my control center. This isn't a week of results. This is what the bots did today. Okay, today. Our top bots did this today. And I'd like to just take out one of the strategies and show you how under the hood, and show you how we're currently leveraging artificial intelligence in these bots. Okay, here we go. So our mandate really as developers of automated bots is not necessarily to get you in to every winning trade. It's just our mandate is to be able to eliminate or sidestep the losing trades. So how do we eliminate the losing trades? Well, we have conditions on our bots that we can make this as conservative or aggressive as we choose. All right. One of the ways that we can filter out our losing trades is these bots will look at the historical trade performance. We have a bot called a drone that will run 23 hours a day, and it will learn what times of the day historically it is the most profitable. It might learn that maybe during the Asian Open that there's an hour or two on a consistent basis that the market moves really nice and it makes really nice money. And then it might learn that maybe during the London Open that it does very well for a certain window of opportunity. And then the New York Stock Exchange, it'll learn that the time that it that does the best then. And what it'll do is it will dynamically change your trading session hours based on historical trade performance. So that's one way that we're currently filtering out the losing trades. I always get questions regarding prop trading. We have a very nice feature that we can set our daily loss limit and our daily profit target. Capital preservation is so important, not only for trading a live account, but also with these prop accounts. We just can't take big drawdowns. So we have to limit our daily losses. And once we reach our profit goal, we have to be willing to stop and bring home the bacon, so to speak, and just stop trading for the day. Well, this automates that process. If your loss limit for the day is $500 and you want to make let's say $750 or $1,000, once the bots make that, they're going to cease trading. They're going to stop trading for the day. The triggers have 3 or 4 triggers that will execute a trade. We call them signal A, B, C, and D. With this machine learning algorithm, it's going to learn which trigger in the current trading environment is working the best. And that's the trigger that it's going to take. It's going to sit on his hands when everything sets up for the other triggers that keep failing, and it's only going to take the trigger that is working, okay? We also have in our trade management what we call our candlestick pattern recognition. The candlestick pattern recognition, the charts are very symmetrical and geometrical, and there's certain candlestick patterns that will repeat themselves time and time again throughout the trading session. This system is going to learn certain candlestick patterns. We're currently, for example, using the engulfing candles. If we're in a long trade and all of a sudden we get a big, ugly, bearish engulfing candle that usually signifies a reversal, the bot is going to immediately exit the trade and take profits or cut your losers short at that time. And that's our candlestick pattern recognition. Now, sometimes more important than the way that, well, let me go to number 4. Number 4, the last way that we're, well, number 5 is the ChatGPT. But number 4 on the ways that we're currently leveraging AI is our drone is going to tell the bot what the average true range of the market is. So it's going to adjust your stop and your profit target based on the average true range of the market. All right, so if it learns that, hey, you know, your last 10 winning trades, you only took 30 ticks of heat in order to get that 100 ticks of profit. So what is it going to do? It's going to move your stop to just 30 because it doesn't want your losers to come back and take a big bite out of your profits, because it's learned that your winning trades, they only took 25 or 30 ticks of heat. So it's going to learn the maximum favorable excursion versus the maximum adverse excursion, and put your stop and profit target in the most ideal location mathematically. Now, that's the strength of artificial intelligence, being able to crunch those numbers and mathematically putting your stop and profit target in the most ideal locations. Okay, that's a complex algorithm that it does. So, and last but certainly not least is where we're headed with the ChatGPT. But maybe more important, let me say just as important, maybe just as important as the triggers that get us into these trades is how we manage the trades once we're in them. Man, that's where I usually blow it. Okay, I'm pretty good at getting in. It's the management side that I lose my head on a discretionary basis. And I've talked to so many of you, and I know that you can, feel me on this. So what we've built into this is a way to cut our winners short, okay, and let our winners run. That's the whole winning strategy in a nutshell with the leapfrog. The way the leapfrog works, and this is our trade management integration, is we have what we call a profit window. In this particular example, my profit window is 25. What that means is the profit window is looking at your profit target of 100. And it's saying, hey, once I come within 25 ticks of 100, or price is at plus 75, what I'm going to do is bring your stop to 25 ticks behind price. So if price is at plus 75, it's going to put my stop at plus 50, okay? So at that point, I've locked in, if it's the NASDAQ, I've locked in $5 a tick times 50 ticks, I've locked in $250 per contract. But now I have what we call our leapfrog. So what it's going to do is it's going to jump. Not only is my stop going to jump, but my profit target's going to jump and allow this runner to run. And I'm going to show you a trade, this live in action. If you come join us on YouTube, you'll see it catches these leapfrogs every single day. There's not a day that goes by that we don't get into one of these leapfrog scenarios. So if just to set up the tape here, you could see right here, my stop is at minus 60. I have $300 of risk on the trade, okay? My profit target was at plus 100. Right now I'm coming up to about 75 ticks of profit. As soon as I do, what you're gonna see is my stop is gonna fly up, fully automated, and lock in that 50 ticks of profit that I mentioned. And you're going to see as the trade matures, you're going to see the profit target continue to jump up. What it does as futures traders is we know from experience that we can get 2, sometimes even 3 winners in a row and then pull in a loser, and it wipes out all of that blood, sweat, and tears that we put in to get those 2 or 3 winners, and we get 1 loser. And it's just so painful because it erases 2 or 3 winners. What this leapfrog does over the course of a week or a month or a year, it changes the entire trajectory of your equity curve, because now our winners, okay, are larger than our losers. We don't have to win 70 or 80 or 90% of our trades. When our winners are bigger than our losers, if we just win 51% of our trades, we're going to have a very profitable strategy. So this is an automated feature that is going to allow our runners to run, and it's going to cut our losers short. And this is our weakness with the human emotions that we all share, is allowing our winners to run. So I think everybody gets the idea of this leapfrog. So it's really an extremely powerful trade management integration that we've just added not long ago, that our members are absolutely ecstatic about. Everybody loves that leapfrog. So where are we headed? This is just a recap. The ways we're currently leveraging the AI is with the candlestick pattern recognition, being able to optimize our trading hours. This is all done dynamically without your input whatsoever. These are really the only bots that you'll find that you never have to optimize. We have a member, his name is Robert. Robert shared with us one of the bots called the AI 30 range star bot. And what he found was this is the only bot. He must have purchased bots from 10 different vendors. This was the only bot that he's ever purchased that he never had to optimize. Not only that, but the money that he made with it, I'm going to show you the equity curve that he shared. Over I think it was about an 8-month period of time. This is it here. Trading the ES30 range. He said, Rory, I've bought bots, and he rattled off 10 or 15 different vendors because it's his passion. And by the way, Robert is in this niche. He's a professional. He's with another vendor in this same niche. But he loves optimizing these bots. He called me up. He said, Rory, I've been trading these bots for a few years now, and I absolutely love them. I have my whole technique and way to optimize the inputs. He says, but what I found with yours is I've never had to optimize them, not once. Every other vendor's, it's a full-time job, but with yours, I've never touched it, not once. And he sent us several referrals because look at the equity curve that he had. Over the course of 7 or 8 months, he was up over $60,000 trading that ES30 range bot. So it's just a testament to how these self-optimizing bots with this AI technology, how powerful it really is. So what we're releasing today, and listen, I've got to give Sergio and Mark, the owner of Rightline, really a big kudos because they made it happen. And what this new integration does is what it's going to do is it's going to give us the ability to, we're going to release it in a few different phases to share it with you. It's an API that we've built with several different endpoints. The foundation of it, though, is an open loop system, and then we move on to our closed loop integration. With the open loop, what we could do is we can upload files of data right off of our NinjaTrader, our historical trade performance, and we can find out in very short order which bot is performing the best and exactly when in just a couple of seconds. And it'll tell us exactly which bot to trade and when it historically makes the most money, okay? Now, once we get the foundation sent out with the closed loop, it's going to have connections, endpoints, that are going to be able to actively scan global news reports, social media, earnings reports, economic news reports in real time. It's going to be able to gauge a macro market sentiment and anticipate market shifts. It's going to be able to act on live data and use context-aware logic from this data that's coming from all of these different endpoints. You've never seen anything like it. So this is the same type of integrations that these large institutions are using. The same type of AI logic and technology that they are using. that they rely on, and it works around the clock. So we're going to be releasing this to our members today. And if you take me up on my special offer, you'll have it before Monday morning. So let's, I could talk until I'm blue in the face, but really the only thing that matters is, does it make money? Period. Most vendors would be thrilled if they had one automated bot that was profitable. We have the luxury of having several bots that are profitable, and every day you have a significant edge trading the market with these bots. Let me show you a couple of our more powerful bots. We have a beautiful diversified portfolio of strategies that not only look at a diversified portfolio of instruments that are very liquid instruments, like the NASDAQ futures, the Dow futures, the S&P 500. We've diversified into crude oil and gold. And we also have a diversity of bar types and data series that we trade them on, time frames. And what we're looking for each day is which bot has found the ebb and flow of the current trading environment. If it's a trending market going straight up, we know which bots are going to be the best. If it's a choppy, ranging, miserable market, we have bots that thrive in that atmosphere as well. If it's a volatile environment, we're going to know which bots to trade. They always come to the top of our leaderboard. With this AI integration, it's going to tell you exactly which bots to trade. And that's going to take all of the guesswork out of it. This 150 range on the NASDAQ from April 1st to September 26th made just under $10,000. That was the bot. The drone on that same bot that leverages 150 range bar was up over $20,000. $20,000. It's important to know that this is not a back test. Everybody knows that back tests are nice and they look good, but in reality, they're worthless because the results are completely fictitious and they're nothing like trading in a real market. So these are results that were forward tested, taking live trades on the market, okay? Taking trades on a live market. April 1st to September 26th, over 20,000. March 1st to September 26th on the ES30. This is the bot that Robert, who I just showed you, was up 60,000 last year and the beginning of this year. Now, from March to September 26th, it's up over $20,000 trading one contract. This 30 range bot, let me just show you something on this bot. This bot is risking 25 ticks to make 125 ticks in profit. It's unbelievable. It's a 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Let me show you my performance. If I bring over the bot, the ES30 range star bot, this is the star bot from September 1st to today, October 24th. This bot trading one contract is up over $8,500. Okay. Why is it what is the secret sauce? Why is it so successful? I'm going to show you why it's so successful. It's only profitable 46% of the time, less than half. Okay. Less than half. Why it's so successful is on the average, it loses 279. Okay. The average winning trade is 500. It has a 2-to-1 risk to reward. That's why it's so profitable. It doesn't have an 80% win rate. I get a lot of people call, what's your win rate? What's your win rate? Well, it doesn't matter what your win rate is if your losers are that much bigger than your winners, right? So with this, we could have a human, I say human, like not a superhuman, profitable rate, win rate. And because we have a 2-to-1 risk to reward, we can have an $8,000 profit in under 2 months trading one contract on this 30 range on the ES, on the E-mini. And let me tell you, that leapfrog and those trade management features that we've added to this system really give it a lot of power. We have another bot on the ES. It's a 30 range moneymaker. Very similar results. The drawdown is even a little smaller. It's up $9,000. Percent profitable, the same thing, about 48%. Your average loser was 400. Your average winner was 654, a little bigger. And these are all from September 1st to today, October 24th, a couple months of data. So a little bit about the prop trading. I always refer to this system as prop trading on steroids because Mark Miller, he very exciting trader to watch. I watched him trade 20 evals at once on a trade copier using our one-day passes and our PA account templates. And, I've seen him, in one session, make $40,000 or $50,000. No kidding. I'm not exaggerating. So that's why I like to call it prop trading on steroids, because you can really, with the use of a trade copier, you could put 10 or 15 or 20 accounts on a copier and copy trades from one of our most powerful bots and really run up the score and 10x your profits. And, it could potentially 10x your losses too. But I like to refer to it as prop trading on steroids. If you're not familiar with prop trading, I'm not going to go into a big dissertation on what prop trading is. I'll be happy to call you. In fact, if you have any questions that I'm not going to have time to get to, it's Friday afternoon and I'm just about out of time. Please put your name and your phone number in the chat box. I'd love to give you a call. I'll do my best to answer your questions. We've got a big release coming out today. And I want you to go ahead and enjoy your weekend. So if you have a question, please put your name and your phone number in the chat box. All right. So let's just cover, without going into what prop trading is. We know that prop firms have an evaluation stage, and once we pass that, they have a funded stage where you get an account that you can actually get payouts out of. Those are our vehicles to getting a payout. But before we get there, we have what we call the evaluation phase. So we have bots that are custom designed, specifically designed for both phases of your prop trading journey. The first phase being the evaluation trade. We have a very aggressive strategy that we call one-day passes. Right now, our hottest one-day pass happens to be crude oil, believe it or not. This is crude oil from September 3rd to October 24th. And you can see the win rate on this is right about 42%. I'm somebody who, because I answer the phones here, I'm somebody who likes to under promise, okay, and over deliver. Why? Because I answer the phones here. I want you to call me and say thank you. I hate getting a call and saying, hey, this is not what you told me. So let's just say that the one-day passes are going to win, statistically, 33% of the trades. We all know this is trading. You could take 3 losers in a row. You could take 3 winners in a row, okay? But over the course of a month or two, I'm going to call it 33%. 1 out of 3, okay? 1 out of 3 that you trade on the one-day passes are going to get you a funded account with your prop firm in one trade. So if they're running an 80% sale or a 90% sale, and I always like to use Apex because I'm most familiar with them. Apex allows the one-day pass on their evals. So if they're running an 80% sale and it's about $35 for a $50,000 eval, for $100 you buy 3 accounts. Statistically, 1 out of those 3, you're going to get the funded account in very short order. Okay. Once we get the funded account, we're not going to stay on this one-day pass that's very aggressive. We're going to pivot to a more conservative strategy like the ones that I started off showing you. In fact, we trade on YouTube every morning on YouTube live stream. We trade these AI bots, and I have some PA accounts that I've been trading on YouTube that are up over 40,000. Today I took a little bit of a drawdown, so it's probably just under 40,000 now. But right about 40,000 since January. Since January, these three accounts are up over $40,000 in net profits. Okay. So once we get our PA accounts, we're going to pivot to a much more conservative strategy that's going to have the ability, the potential to maintain and sustain your funded account to get you potentially some consistent payouts. Very common question. Do prop firms allow it? Can we get a payout? Yes. The answer is yes. We have several members that are doing extremely well with these bots, members of our team that are doing extremely well with these bots that have gotten payouts. In fact, one of them joins us every morning on YouTube. Her name is Judy. And Judy is living the dream. Listen, if you, I can't tell you how much I envy this woman. You know, she's living the life. You know, our dream in retirement is what? For me is on my bucket list, because our time is limited on Earth. My bucket list before I, meet my maker, I want to be able to see the world and travel. And that's exactly what Judy is doing. She is taking her portable trade station. This picture is her on an MSC Mediterranean cruise off the coast of Italy, and she's trading with us on YouTube. She's using Starlink, for her Wi-Fi. She said she gets an incredible connection no matter where she is in the world. And she goes from location to location, these bucket list locations, vacations, these traveling expeditions that she's taking, and she's funding it partially with her earnings using these AI bots. You could see she had just gotten approved for her first payout. This was back a few months ago, and this was from her balcony in Dubai. She's just a tremendous trader. She joins us every morning on YouTube, and she's a very valuable member of our trading family. We have Simon from across the pond. He's another one. This is why I call it prop trading on steroids, that leverages a trade copier, and in one single trading session made over $16,000 trading these automated bots. I see your question. I'm going to get to it, Philip. And anybody else who answered a question, I'm going to get to it in just a moment. Limit up. I've got a very special offer today. So many of our members, countless members of ours, are also doing extremely well. Ron N, a Vietnam vet, made 10 grand trading our gold bot. We've got really powerful bots, a really nice portfolio. Right now gold is just on a tear. We saw gold go up to almost $4,400 an ounce. And the big swings up and down, and having that bot in our toolbox is very profitable. Ron made 10 grand. In fact, Judy this week was telling us on YouTube today that she's been making $2,000 to $3,000 a session. Trading it on the minis, she changed it to the micros and made $300 or $400 on one or two micros. Suzanne is another member that's just extremely having a tremendous amount of success with these automated bots. So our special offer, and this is the last chance, so to speak, because now that we have the ChatGPT being released to our members today, this is truly the last chance at this 50% sale on the lifetime license. The company's really put an enormous amount of time and money, resources, into the development of this next phase. And we're going to have a couple of new things coming out that we're really excited about. So this is the time to get in. The monthly membership, if you go to our website, my associate Brock has just put a link in the room. You'll be able to get the full portfolio of strategies. What I mean by that is the full portfolio of strategies is going to include all of the chart templates. It's going to include, let me bring over the chart template. This is a chart template for our 30 range on the NASDAQ. This is our Leapfrog bot. Our Leapfrog drone is up $2,000 today. But you're going to get beautiful indicators that the system leverages on your chart. We have a lot of members that still like to take discretionary trades based on the entry signals that the software provides them. So you'll have chart templates that you could trade these on a discretionary basis if you'd like. You'll also have the full portfolio of automated bots and the prop trading bots. Those one-day passes, those PA account templates, they're all going to be included this weekend at no additional charge. That's normally a $16.99 value. We're also going to be installing, if you order today or tomorrow, before Sunday, if you order today or tomorrow, we're going to install you same day, within 24 hours. So you'll be set up and ready to go for Monday. You're going to get the ChatGPT. You'll need to get an account with ChatGPT. We're going to share with you our API, our integration, and we're going to install the whole system for you. So come Monday morning, you're going to be on the right edge of the chart with us on YouTube Live stream. Okay. So let me see if I can answer any questions that I see. Let me take just a couple of the questions. Mike asks, how often do you change these settings? That's a great question, Mike. The answer is never. We never change our own settings, Mike. The bots change them dynamically every day. They self-optimize. So we never have to do them ourselves. Do we back test? No. The only testing we run is on forward testing. We don't really like the back test. It has its uses. We have an indicator that we use on back testing, but for performance, we never use back test for performance. So I hope that answers your question, Mike. John asked, does the machine learning happening at the local machine level? Yes. Everything is run and housed on your own PC locally. If you're somewhere in the country that you have a bad signal or Wi-Fi connection, we have a lot of members, probably 50% of our members, that use a VPS. We have a really great tool called the lagometer. When we first install it, we put on the lagometer and we measure your lag through a 24-hour cycle. We have to have very low latency in order to be successful. If your computer is a dinosaur and you just don't have the specs, we're going to recommend either a new computer or to get a VPS. But it does run locally, yes. You not necessarily have to run it 24/7. Okay, John? If you want the full spectrum of the trading session, if you're somebody that wants to go full auto and let it run while you're sleeping, then it is advisable to let it run 23 hours a day. It's not going to hold anything overnight. During the session break, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, it's going to close all positions prior to the session break, so it never holds an overnight position. So it's going to automatically adhere to the prop trading requirements, and it's going to prevent any type of margin requirements, additional margin requirements from your broker for overnight holds. It'll never do it. But if you want to run it in full auto, set it and forget it. The advantage of letting it run 23 hours a day, the way it works, is it's going to be able to learn the times through the entire 23-hour period. So it might find, like I said earlier, it might find in the Asian Open, maybe 11 or 12 o'clock at night, that it does really well. It might find at 4 or 5 in the morning when the London Open is in full swing, it has a really good hour there. So you want to, if you want to get that full scope, you want to run it 23 hours. However, if you're just going to run it during the New York Stock Exchange, then just enable it, turn it on, from the New York Stock Exchange hours. The only thing that'll be eliminated is the full scope of the entire 23-hour session. And then last but not least, John asks about what that question is regarding is our AI model size. What we've learned is to bring it very short, to a very short period. His question was, if you start running the bot for a day, does it make any difference if you've been running it for weeks? The AI model size does a 10 trade look back, 10 trades. So once you've taken 10 trades on every bot, it's going to begin to optimize your inputs. That cycle is going to begin. That AI model is full at 10. Whether, which strategy, our ES strategies, it takes, probably about 3 or 4 days for them to take 10 trades. Where some of our NASDAQ strategies, they could take 10 trades in 1 or 2 days. Okay, Mario, I certainly will. Hey, Philip, it's great to see you, sir. God bless you. I know Philip for so long. How about Apex static accounts? Yeah, absolutely. Apex is one of the good ones that does allow us to use these bots. And I've read the terms of service, regardless of whether it's a static account, an end of day. It makes no difference, Philip. They allow you to use these. So you're in good shape with these bots. All right. So I want to thank everybody really for your time. It's important to know if you're not very competent. I always run into people that say, I'm just terrible at computers. I've tried Ninja before. It's just, it's just not very user friendly. We've got great customer service. Everything comes in pre-formatted templates. We're going to set everything up for you. We do a lot of hand holding. We meet with traders one-on-one. We do a live session every morning on YouTube live stream. We really have a vested interest in maintaining a long-term relationship. We really, most of our members, believe it or not, come from word-of-mouth advertising. They come from, our members that tell their friends and relatives about our company. So Lee, I've heard Lee, if you're one of Lee's members, he calls it his bend over backwards guarantee, meaning he's willing to bend over backwards. He really cares, and he's willing to do anything to see you do well and become profitable. And that's kind of what we do here. It's a niche that we cater to our clients because we want to have a long-term relationship. We want you to bring your friends and relatives in, and we want to all make money. We're all on the same side. Emmanuel, I should have told you the story about Marcia, and normally I do, but I wanted to cut it short today. Emmanuel, that is such a common thing that you mentioned. What he said was, Rory, I don't know anything about futures trading. How do I get started? Let me tell you something, Emmanuel. This is the perfect system for you to get started. We have a trader named Marcia who came completely green to futures trading. She had got a Forex bot prior to coming on board with us. The company delivered these bots that traded the Forex pairs, and kind of left her high and dry. They delivered it and never, helped her. She came to us completely green, knew nothing. And do you know, within the first 30 days of running these bots, she had 10 funded accounts with Apex. Okay, I kid you not. She probably to this day, and it's been about 8 months now, has those same 10 accounts with the success that she's been having. So these automated bots are perfect for newbies. Absolutely perfect. Listen, when I first started trading before these AI bots were out, in order to learn how to trade, it was very expensive. We had to put 5 or 10 grand into an account and take a shot at it and learn in the school of hard knocks. Blowing account after account after account. We're 20 grand, 30, 50 grand in, and now we're just starting to learn our way around the platform. With these prop firms now, where you're not risking your own capital, and this automation that's leveraging technology that's very current and relevant, it's going to significantly shorten your learning curve, and the achievements that you'll be able to make, it will be mind-blowing, mind-boggling. So Emmanuel, if you put your name and number in, I'd love to give you a call if you have more questions, but I highly recommend using these bots as a newbie. I sure will, John. Okay, Philip. All right. I hope everybody has a blessed weekend. I'm going to take my little girls to a Halloween party. They at the clubhouse. They have a trick or treat party, and my girls we've got 2 different costumes for them. They just love Halloween. I know it's a pagan holiday, but they just love the candy and the costumes. So anything to make them happy. That's what it's all about. My wife always tells me, she's an RN. She said, you know what, Rory, the only thing that's important is our time is so limited, is our health. Our health is all that's important. And being able to spend quality time with the ones that we love and care about. I think that's what God wants for us. So I hope everybody has a blessed weekend. And listen, I'm somebody that's blown out on a real level. I'm somebody that's blown out more trading accounts than you can possibly imagine. I'm just a terrible discretionary trader. Left to my own devices, I can blow out an account quicker than you know what. These automated bots have been a turning point in the trajectory of my trading career. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'll pull up the Ninja Trader Performance and put it on my PA accounts, and I'll show you from January 19th to today, I'm just under $40,000. Just under $40,000. And listen, these bots are the reason why I was able to do it. And listen, I honestly believe that your experience is going to be very similar. So please take me up on my offer. I'd love to trade with you come Monday morning. Thank you, Emmanuel. I will give you a call. Give me just a few minutes to get a drink of water. Have a blessed weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for your time.